Hi guys, I hope you guys have been doing great. So our first topic for our lesson 16 is rounding. So let's look at the directions. It says to round to the nearest 10. So now let's look at our first example, number 1. We have the number 56. So we're going to be rounding this number to the nearest 10. So in this number, the 5 is in the 10th place. So we're going to be changing this if we round up, or we're going to be keeping it the same if we round down. So it will be 5 if we round down, it will be 6 if we round up. Now that depends on the number to the right of it, which is the ones place right here, the 6. So let's draw a number line. So we have 50 and then 60 because that's the numbers we're working with right here. And then we'll put 55 right in the middle. Because remember, whether we round up or down depends on whether the number is bigger than 5 or smaller than 5. So this number right here, if it is bigger than 5, we're rounding up. If it is smaller than 5, then we're rounding down. So we'll put 56 right here. Now because it's ahead of 55, we know that the 56 is bigger than the 55. So that means we're going to be rounding this number 56 up to 60. So the answer to this question is 60. Now let's try that with number 3. We're given the number 4 to work with. Now if you look here, we have no tens place. So we're going to put a 0 right here. And then we're going to be looking at this number right here to determine whether we go up or down. If it is bigger than 5, we're going up. If it's smaller than 5, then we're staying the same. So looking at the tens, we have 0 tens, and then the next 10 we can go to is the number 10. And then we'll have 5 right here, and then we'll plot the number 4. We know that 4 is smaller than 5, so it's going here. Because it is smaller than 5, it's closer to the 0. So we're going to be rounding this down to 0. In our last example on this page, number 11, we have the number 932. Now we haven't really worked with hundreds, but that's okay. We're going to be looking at the tens, the number 3, and the number to the right of that, which is the number 2. So we're going to be keeping this 9 the same because the rounding in these two numbers isn't going to affect the 9. So let's draw a number line. Okay, so the number right here will be the number with the 10 that we currently have. And the number, oops, I'm so sorry. And then the number over here will be the next 10 that we will be rounding up to if we round up. So the middle number is 935, and then 932 is around about here. Now because it's closer to 930, we're going to be rounding it down to 930. So if you have 100, you're just going to keep the number unless you're going to be rounding up. There are specific cases where you might have to change the hundreds, but for here, you're going to just keep the hundreds the same. Now let's go over base 10. Now we're going to be working with hundreds, so let's go over number 4 first. This is a hundreds block. This entire block is 100. And if you count here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 10 blocks, and this is 110. Okay, this is getting a little messy, sorry. This is 110. And if you look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 tens in here. So 100 equals 10 tens. And if you go in and count every single individual block, you're going to get 100. So this is equal to 100 ones. So if you look here, we have a single block, so we have 100. Like I said, if you count every single one, you're going to get 100 ones. Now let's go back to number 1. We have 200s. We have 1 right here and the second one right here. If we go count, we have 100 ones in here, and we'll have 100 ones in here. Now you can add these to count the total. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So we have 200 blocks and then 201 blocks. So if you look at this, this number is always going to be the same as this number right here. Now let's do place value, taking what we just learned about the hundreds. So we'll do the hundreds in green. We'll circle the 100 blocks right here. We have 1 right here, and then we have 2 right here. So we have 2 hundreds. Now let's look at the tens. We'll do that in red. We have, these are the tens, right? We have 1 10 right here, second 10, and then third 10. So we have 3 tens. And then the ones right here, we'll count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. So basically everything is made up of these ones, even the hundreds and the tens blocks. Now let's look over here. Let's circle the hundreds block right here. We have 1. This is 1. And then the tens blocks, we have none. So that'll be 0 tens. And then the ones, we have these individual blocks right here. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 ones. Now lastly, we'll do word problems. We'll go over number 1 and number 4. So number 1 says Wendy has $59. She wants to buy a jacket that costs $73. How much more money does she need? So we haven't really worked with adding and subtracting dollars yet, but it's exactly the same thing as adding and subtracting just normal numbers with just the dollar sign attached. So we'll write the question right here. Oops. Yeah, sorry, 59. She has $59, and then she needs a 73. So we're looking for the missing amount of money between the 73 and the 59. So we're looking for the difference. So that is subtraction. Would be 73 minus 59. So here we have 3 minus 9. Since we cannot do that, we'll regroup. And then bring the 10 over to the ones place. 13 minus 9 equals 4. 6 minus 5 equals 1. And we'll bring down this dollar sign right here. So Wendy needs $14 to buy the jacket. Now we'll go over number 4. Jackson gets on the bus at 7:55 to go to a shop. He arrives in 10 minutes. How long did it take for him to get to the shop? So we're just going to be adding 10 minutes to 7:55. And the minutes, we remember, is right here. So we'll put 10 here, and then a 0 for the hours. And then we'll just add. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 5 plus 1 equals 6. And then bring down the colon. 7 plus 0 equals 7. Now, if you recall, there is no 65 minutes on the clock. So what we're going to be doing is, because we know that 60 minutes equals 1 hour, we're going to be converting the 60 minutes and the 65 to an hour. So in order to do that, we'll be subtracting these 60 minutes. And then this 60 minutes that we subtracted, we can't just randomly take out an hour from the time that we calculated. So we'll add it back, but we'll add it in hour form. So we'll just add 5 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 8. So he reaches the place at 8:05. Sorry, the question was worded weirdly, but it means to ask when he arrived at the shop. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching.